Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and today's video we are going to be talking about supply drops. And now the thing is though that this video is actually going to be a positive video about supply drops. That's something you don't hear every day. Yeah, we actually have some good news because I actually just recently found out from a video I watched by Thunder, where basically he was talking about how that the FTC, or basically the United States government, when it comes to gambling and all that stuff and whatever, basically they're going to be putting a ban on loot boxes in video games in the United States. Thank God. This is long overdue. This has been a thing that's been plaguing the gaming community for so long, and it's so nice to hear that there's actually going to be something getting done about it. Because it's so nice to actually see being people taking action, not just saying stuff, complaining or ranting, people actually getting it done, which is nice to see. But the reason for this is because basically the FTC declares loot boxes as gambling, and it's affecting the younger generation, or in this case basically kids. And I completely agree. I believe that these companies like EA, Activision, or whatever, these people that add in these loot-based RNG systems in these games are taking advantage of people that don't know any better, or in this case kids, because there's people that are trying to get their mother's credit card and they're trying to buy the newest Fortnite battle pass, or the new supply drops to get guns that are in COD. It's just it's so stupid. And I'm so glad to see that something's actually getting done about this. Basically what they're going to be doing is that they're going to be taking care of any game, I guess you could say, you name it, that has a gambling or an RNG loot box system, and that they're going to be reviewing and stuff like that. And this is a big scare for Activision and all these other shady developers, because we all know that there's people that are at Activision that are just oh, we don't care whatever happens. But when you have the United States government get involved, that's that's like someone telling on your mom and getting you in trouble. Activision is completely probably afraid to death right now about this, because they actually have somebody that might be able to legit be able to stop them for once. Because here are the things that when it comes to Activision, really all it is just the battle of the lawyers, because Activision doesn't do anything unless they get in legal trouble, which this might actually be the case. So I would love to see some karma be dealt on these guys for the amount of stuff that they screwed us over with. But let's think about it. Let's think about the good and the bad with this, and also just think about the outcomes. So the good thing that would be about this, obviously, is that we wouldn't have any more loot boxes probably in any of our games, which would be great, because thank God then we can actually, I don't know, get the stuff that we want for free, like we should. And then there's also some of the bad, legit, there actually might be things where people might legit lose their job, because here's the thing is that we all hate things like Activision, whatever, but then there's some people that are nice at these development teams that could lose their job because technically they lost their boss. I mean, think about it, is that there's people that are workers at Treyarch or at Bungie or whatever that run Destiny, and their publisher is Activision. So if they got rid of Activision, I don't know what would happen to those games. But we just have to figure out what would go on. But basically, if we get lucky, we can actually have no more loot boxes in games, which is kind of already happening, because Activision's doing these things where they're ripping off the battle pass from Fortnite, which, to be honest, I don't mind if they get scared into it or whatever, but I would just love to see Activision just have to eat their own words and just not be able to just put supply drops down our throats. I would love to see us kick a foot in their ass and be listen, buddy, stop with this, or you're gonna get another foot in your ass. It would be so nice to just be able to have someone just hit Activision where it hurts. It would just be the best bit of karma ever if we actually just kick them where it hurt. Seriously, I would love to see things Thunder would say the best outcome that could possibly happen from this is that Activision's forced to reimburse everybody for every loot box that they sold. Can you imagine how much of a big slap in the face that would be to Activision? How nice that would be, the ultimate karma, just being everything that you have screwed us over on, you're gonna actually get screwed 100% back, and that's gonna be so amazing to see. Can you imagine getting reimbursed for all of the micro DLC that you have bought in games? That would be a pretty nice check of money. It would be so nice to see. And here's the thing is that Activision, EA, all these other companies or whatever, no matter what game, pretty much every game in this modern era has had some form of RNG system, whether it be loot boxes or supply drops or whatever, just because they knew where the money was. And I think the only developers or / the only games that have not had a RNG loot box system to this day and in this modern era is like Rockstar with GTA 5 and then Epic with Fortnite. Those are the only two games that I can think of in this modern time that have not got a supply drop system in it. And that's because they're good games and they're good developers, and it shows. Like, legit, GTA and Fortnite are two of the biggest games still to this day in the whole entire world, and they're, funny enough, one of the few games that don't have an RNG system. Do you ever notice that? Yeah, have you ever noticed that? I wonder why. Like, it's just so funny to see that. This is actually starting to unfold now, because like, I mean, I knew that gambling was tied in with loot boxes even when it like was just first getting started with like CS:GO and Advanced Warfare and everything before it got really bad. I knew right from the get-go that this was gambling. But it's so funny to see how this is unfolding, how it's changed. It's really, really funny to see how it's changed after all this time. But I mean, really think about it, like, supply drops are really just a slot machine. Like, think about it. Like, let's take it for Call of Duty, for example. Call of Duty has like 3 items. You can have either common, kind of like, you know, the enlisted, the greens, rare, epic, and then legendary. And I don't know what it is with gambling because I'm not 21. Like, I've never legit been to a casino, but I have an idea. And basically, think about it this way: you have a supply drop and a slot machine side by side. You open the supply drop, or in this case, pull the switch on the casino machine, and you have 3 random things, and theoretically you can either get really lucky or you can get very unlucky, or in this case just not win. But we all know how gambling works, is that the house always wins, because why would you put in a system in your business where you're losing money, not gaining money? The appeal is to, you know, get people to come in and also still make money off of it. Like, we all know this. Like, they put these things in their stores to make money, not lose money. And if they don't make the money, they're at least trying to get equal value. Like, somebody gets something, they get something in return, you know, like an exchange. But if they're just full out missing out, then they're not going to have that, and they're not going to be using that as a product. So it would just be so nice just to see, like, this to be a big slap in the face for actually being like, look, we told you so. So now, you know, cough up everything you owe us. That would be the best bitch slap ever to them. It would just be so nice to see, like I said. But I mean, who knows? It'll just be a matter of the lawyers, like I said, if I haven't said already. Like, but here's hoping though. And here's the thing: is that we can either get that scenario where like we get reimbursed, or we can have it where Activision lawyers up and we don't have anything, or we could have like things where you know, some games in the future don't have to worry about like loot boxes, but their old games still can have them because it's just pre-existing. I remember there was a thing about Overwatch with Belgium, actually, where Belgium introduced a law saying that loot boxes in their games were not allowed, so any loot box games were banned from Belgium. And Activision Blizzard with Overwatch actually removed the loot box system in Overwatch and Belgium games, specifically that version. Like, if you have the Overwatch game, but for Belgium, that actually doesn't have a supply drop system. They just removed it altogether, which is actually funny. So who knows if even games that we already have a supply drop system get that removed. That'd be interesting to have, like Overwatch or like Black Ops 3 with no supply drop system. That'd be really weird. But who knows? We'll just see how it goes. Anyways, guys, this is basically today's video. A little kind of like rant/educational video. This is like the 4th time I'm trying to record this because I want to make sure I get it right. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you like today's video, please leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace, guys.